Doing Time with Deputy Mike.
Hi, welcome back to Doing Time with Deputy Mike. I'm your host, Mike, and today we're going to be talking with the ladies from Dental. So without further ado, let's meet our guest.
Hi, my name is Jill Woods. I am the dental assisting instructor here at TCTC. I have been here for 8 years, and this is my 8th year. And I absolutely love it. I've been in the dental field for almost 30 years. I teach juniors and seniors. Shout out to all my wonderful senior class and my junior students.
Hi, my name is Ella Thompson. I'm a senior in dental assisting, and my home school is Joseph Badger, and I really enjoy the class, and I hope to pursue that in my future.
Hi, my name is Kylie Smith. I came from Newton Falls. I am a senior in dental assisting, and I first started out in cosmetology, but I decided to go into dental, and it's been a great opportunity for me.
Hi, my name is Rain Stewart. I came from Maplewood. Dental has always been like something I've wanted to do, so I'm really thankful for the opportunity that TCTC gave me. So,
Welcome everybody. Welcome to Doing Time. So let's move on to interrogation time.
Interrogation time.
So today we're going to be talking about, there it is. Oops. Today, so I'm tearing down my own set. Today, we're going to be talking about whitening teeth, correct?
Yes. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for
thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you for
Welcome.
having us.
We are very excited to be here. It's our first podcast, dental assisting students, and we are very excited to share with our fundraiser. This is a fundraiser I've been wanting to put out to the staff and family and friends, and we finally got set up with the Ultradent rep. Her name is Alyssa, and she came in and gave us a lecture in how to use Opalescence Go, because it is one of the best whitening products on the market. Ultradent, that makes Opalescence, actually started the whitening tradition many years ago, and they were the first ones to have it on the market. So what is Opalescence Go? The teeth whitening, which our dental and junior students are selling, it's a whitening gel. And its powerful ingredient is hydrogen peroxide. So what happens is the peroxide breaks into water and oxygen, and the reactive oxygen molecules will go in and oxidize the discolored stains of the dentin in your tooth, and this will make a whiter and brighter smile. So there's no bleach. It's strictly hydrogen peroxide, so it's very safe for your teeth. And we're trying to give everybody a whiter and brighter smile before the holidays.
Is that the order form?
yeah, this is the order form. So, it's a 10-day kit that we are selling for $50.
Hold it up. So I don't think we have a picture of it. There we
No,
go.
yeah.
you go.
This is the order form that we have, and it's the 10-day kit that we're selling for $50. Normally, if you went to like a dental office, they would sell it for $75 to $100, but we got a good deal going on. So.
And you got what it looks like.
Yeah,
right?
this is actually the kit. This is what it looks like. You have the top and bottom tray, and this green thing is what you use to like put it in there, and then it'll sit on your teeth, and
It like suctions to your teeth.
Yeah.
Suctions to your teeth, and then you leave them on for about like 15 minutes, and then you take them off, and then use it 10 days in a row, and that's when you see progress. You're not going to see progress, the first day you do it.
So when you place the green tray in your mouth, what are the exact instructions for that?
so you're gonna take it out of the pack, obviously, and then you can see like the tabs, and so you peel it out of there, and it's kind of like if you've ever seen like the football mouth guards, it's kind of how you put it on up there. Or if you have ever worn a retainer, like if you've ever worn a retainer from the orthodontist, you just put it on your teeth. It'll suction on there. You let it sit for 15 minutes and take it off.
So
bottom.
Oh yes, there's
Oh, yeah.
upper and lower. So when you put the green tray in, you want to like suck in your teeth.
Yeah, like suck in the air.
And suck it in,
way,
and then you remove the green tray, and then the whitening
strips will be left on your
stick on. Yeah.
The gel will stick.
Now, how many of you? Well, you got super white teeth.
Yeah. Thank you.
Do any of you use whitening?
I use like a whitening toothpaste, but I did use the Opal Essence Go because we got a pack, like each of us got one, and so I did use that. And then I've used Crest, like the Crest strips before, but they don't work very good because they don't stick on your teeth because of like all the saliva obviously in your mouth, so they just fall off and they don't work very well. And you have to keep them on for like 30 minutes, and those
aren't cheap either.
No,
they're not cheap.
No.
Yeah. So those are nice because they stick onto your teeth a lot stronger. And you only have to keep them on for 15 minutes instead of 30.
Okay. Is it best to use like before you go to bed then?
I mean,
Like at the end of the day?
I'd say, yeah. You can do it whenever. Normally with my teeth whitening routine, I'd say that I just do it before, like, I go to bed, and then I brush my teeth after I'm done with it. And I don't know.
I think you could honestly do it at any
your
time.
teeth. I'm ashamed to even smile.
I do my whitening when I'm getting ready for work in the morning, like when I'm doing my makeup. I set my timer for 15 minutes because it's a gel, and it's a thick gel, viscosity, and it's sits on your teeth, so it really kind of gets into the dentin.
Does it have
goes
a
through
taste?
the enamel. It's like maybe a little bitter. It's not a bad taste.
It's like a minty. It's obviously
some
like
of them
minty,
do have like a minty flavor. I've noticed with the Crest ones, they don't taste good.
They don't.
No, they're
like bitter,
like,
kinda.
Yeah, bitter and like salty. They're gross.
And then
but these taste like mint.
Right, and then once you're done, you remove. It almost looks like a clear, translucent, smaller tray, and you need to brush your teeth immediately afterwards because the gel is still on there.
Yeah.
So you want to brush your teeth and try to keep the gel off your gums so it doesn't irritate the gingiva.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What was I gonna say? Well, I've used just the toothpaste.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
But does that stuff like the toothpaste and like others can that like? I've always heard it could break down the enamel.
I mean, over time, if you use too much of it, anything can break down the enamel. But that's not as, it's just more surface. This is actually working through the enamel and going to the dentin.
And that's the peroxide.
Yeah, the peroxide, which actually gets into the dentin, which dentin is a thermal conductor. So heat and cold and heat is where you feel cold and heat in your dentin. So it actually goes right through to the dentin.
Okay. Is there outside of white teeth? Does it help with anything else, like hygiene wise, with the peroxide or anything? Would you say?
I would say that it probably I don't know.
Well, I know it's not fluoride, of course.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-mm.
But
it's
the
basically for
peroxide
teeth
kills
whitening.
nasty germs, so.
Well,
I mean,
Doesn't it?
yes, visiting your dentist twice a year.
Yeah, always go
That
to your
helps.
dentist.
And what else should we do? Brushing and flossing.
Yeah.
Brushing
brush
twice
and
a day.
I don't floss. I never. You know what?
Hey, at least you're honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think I maybe flossed here and there throughout my lifetime.
So what's going to happen if we don't floss, girls?
Your gums will obviously get irritated because the food's stuck down in there. So if you don't floss and get it out, because a toothbrush can't get everything. So yeah, your
You
gums.
can also get gingivitis from
Yeah.
not
Yes.
flossing or brushing properly. And
That's a big
I
one.
mean, it's
Oh, yeah.
reversible, but it's still not a great thing.
It's not comfortable.
Well, I
Especially,
can say I've never had that. I got nice looking gums.
Listen, Deputy Mike, we can hook you up with some floss. Come and visit
Yeah,
us.
come visit us.
And the girls would love to give you a little lesson on how to floss.
I don't know. It kind of always freaks me out when it gets down in there.
Well, you're not into the touching the gingiva. You're making a C shape and going along the sides of your teeth.
So
You
I'm
don't.
digging it down
Yeah,
too
you don't
deep.
want to. You'll damage.
You don't want to get it too far down.
You just
Get nervous when
Get
you
all
feel
that
stuff
food
in your
particles
teeth.
out. Huh?
You don't get nervous when you feel stuff in your teeth?
I know. I do. I actually. Well, if I get something in my teeth, I try to get it out because I can't stand that feeling. But
Yeah.
Well, also I think it'd help like if you get into the groove of it and you start doing it.
Yeah.
If you don't do it for a long time, your gums are gonna bleed when you do it. So if you get into like a nice groove of doing it, it'll be comfortable and your mouth will just feel a lot better. So
Like once a week.
If you just come
Once a
down to
week at
dental,
least.
yeah, start with
Just come down and see us.
I had a supervisor. He always had those picks, and like there'd be picks all over the place. It's like, dude, that's nasty.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Gross.
That's
And every time
nasty.
you look at him, he's talking to you.
Ew.
Do you know how many types of bacteria in your mouth?
There's a
Too
lot.
much. Yeah, too much.
Too
Over
many.
200.
Yeah.
Over 200
Yeah.
types of bacteria in your mouth.
That's a lot of cooties.
Yeah, start flossing.
Yeah, you better start flossing.
Hey, I keep my mouth pretty clean, I think. I mean, I
Okay.
do.
Do you use mouthwash?
No.
At least?
At least
You know
he's
what?
being
All right,
honest.
When I brush, I use like water and I, when you got everything in there and twitch it around, spit it out. I brush my tongue.
So years ago, I read an article about Listerine, and I think it was in a hygiene magazine, and it said that the green Listerine. So if you rinse with it once a day and gargle in the back of your throat, it will help kill any bacteria that's in your mouth, so you don't ingest it and get sick.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
And what about the blues?
I'm
We
not
don't
sure about the
know.
blue. It just said the green.
Yeah,
Green's the
Listerine
best.
is like some strong stuff.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
It is, but it will help kill bacteria that's in your mouth.
What is in Listerine? Do we know?
Ingredients list.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Listerine's probably the oldest one I could think of. I mean, from when I, of course.
And not just Listerine, but they also have hydrogen peroxide in toothpaste as well for keeping stain off your teeth.
I think that's actually in my toothpaste is one of the ones you usually buy.
Yeah.
And it
Mhm.
bubbles all up.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than slimy green teeth.
Oh.
Ew.
Yeah, you come across those.
Oh yeah, you do.
gosh.
My dad works in construction, and one of his bosses or supervisors on the job, he would have to talk like this because his teeth were so gross. And my dad said when he laughed, he'd go because his teeth were gross.
Well,
It's embarrassing for some
you
people.
think his teeth would be falling out by now?
Oh, they're probably all gone by now
That's
because
bad.
my dad told me about that guy from a young age, so I knew to brush my teeth.
I have really had no tooth problems. I mean, I had cavities, not that many.
Oh, that's
And
good.
I actually had to have only because like the old filling was deteriorating,
Mhm.
and I was starting to get a new cavity. And I like the new stuff because it looks just like a tooth.
Oh, we're learning
We're
about that.
learning about that
Yeah.
right now, actually.
Amalgam
yeah.
and composite.
Yep.
I can't tell. I don't know which. I'm not going to open up my mouth and go,
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, look at that. I got a white
They
tooth
can
again.
fill you in. We just learned
Yeah.
about that this week.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
want to get micro leakage. You got to keep that stuff up.
Yeah. I didn't know it. It's more like, he tried to explain it to me.
It's composite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. The composite filling.
From
The
old
amalgam's
silver.
like the silver.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted my. I was like, hey, that's
You
my
wanted a silver?
Yeah, it's silver. It was my mouth. But it was like, well, by the time I grind it all out, it's not gonna. I was like,
It's not going to be much, probably.
yeah. I was like, well, it's my tooth.
you want your. I would want a tooth color.
Yeah, no,
Filling.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I
oh, yeah,
I
it
liked
looks so
a lot
much better.
But I just wanted my silvering part. That's my silver.
That's
I
funny.
paid for that. So the price on our stuff is how much?
It's $75 to $100 in an office usually, and a lot of offices around us sell them, but we're selling them for $50 each, and that comes with 10 whitening trays. So that'll last you 10 days.
And how do we go about finding everybody to like buy one?
To
of
buy
these?
one?
Yeah.
You could stop any TCTC dental student in lunch or in the hallway and ask them about it and ask them for one of those forms to buy them, and they'll fill out that form, bring it to either Mrs. Woods or the student that they asked about, and then we will just get it and then bring it to them.
Nice. This is the first time you've done this?
Yes, it's the first time this has been on my mind for a couple of years, but,
Nice.
trying
That's
to get
a nice day.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And
We've done really well. We've had a lot of teachers by them, students, families and friends.
Nice. So you're
Everybody's
doing well.
Oh yeah,
That is
doing
good.
very well.
How long? How much longer are you going to be selling these?
Till Friday. So this Friday is our last day. And if you do want to come get one, even if you can't find one of us, just come to our classroom and we can let you in and you guys can get one.
The sad thing is, this isn't going to air till Monday. So unfortunately, you guys are going to miss this sale. But you're going to do this again, correct?
Yeah, I think the girls wanted to do it again right before prom season.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. Well,
we want to do it
that's a
before
good
prom,
idea.
so we can all have nice white
Clean
teeth.
Yeah.
For pictures.
Pictures.
Yes.
No, that's really actually you know what? Right before you guys graduate wouldn't be bad either.
Yeah.
Graduation pictures.
Yeah.
Final.
I'm thinking
Absolutely.
if we sell them in March or April, or no, it would have to be March.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
Mhm.
students have prom in April. So if we maybe start the beginning of March and do a 2-week sale, I think they would go over very well.
And tell me what you usually do. Don't you have other things you do through the year?
Yeah, so we just finished our Veterans Day.
Alright.
So it was something that was very important for me to do, to be able to give back. And the main thing was for my students to get hands-on opportunity. It's usually, obviously Veterans Day is in November, and it's right around when we're done testing for x-rays. And we take hundreds and hundreds of pictures on a mannequin, but never a picture on a live patient.
First, yeah.
So the patients that come in, we held our Veterans Day. It's our 4th annual Veterans Day. Was November 1st at Dr. Sheth and Nadler's office in Modern Dental Concepts here in Champion. And so the patients that come in, they could get a cleaning. We had hygienists that volunteer. We have doctors that volunteer and FDAs that volunteer. So my dental assistant would take the patient back, get their x-rays, and that was very exciting for my students, the first time being able to take x-rays on a live patient.
That's really neat.
Yeah, and we've seen about it was about 15 patients. So we'd clean their teeth first, and if they needed a filling, we'd take them over to the other side of the office and would fill their teeth. So they would have a cleaning and a filling. We did over $4,000 or $5,000 worth of free dental.
Wow.
Yeah, on November 1st. So that's pretty exciting.
We need applause.
Yes, that's exciting.
I do have sound effects. I just never hear them.
And then in January, we'll hold our TCTC Dental Day,
Mhm.
where any dental student can, TCTC student can sign up and have their teeth cleaned, and we'll take x-rays on. Then we'll have dentists again and hygienists that come in and volunteer, and then the students will do infection control and take x-rays. And
Do
see
you
what
guys
they
do
should-
staff and all that too? Or just-
Absolutely.
Really?
We love having staff. We don't get many. I
I'll
think
do it.
I
I'll be
think they
brave enough.
think it's because the students are cleaning their teeth. That's not the case. The students are
Assisting.
assisting. They are
Yeah.
doing paperwork and taking x-rays. We have licensed dentists and hygienists there.
All right. Who wants to take my X-ray?
Me. I'll take
Kylie
it.
would be
Kylie
all
Okay,
over
right,
that.
Let me
Kylie
know.
would love
I'll
that.
come in and you can take my teeth.
We'll
X-ray.
put you the first one on the list for a patient.
Yeah.
Mhm. And it is really great for the students that maybe have never been to the dentist, or students that just don't get the opportunity to go. You know, they fill out their paperwork, have their parents fill out the paperwork, and then they come in and they don't have to leave school. They get to come right up to the dental
Nice.
room.
That day's fun too, because especially because this is like some of our first times doing stuff on people, and so it's a lot more comfortable instead of, you know, like say an older guy when you're doing it on one of your friends. Like you're a lot more comfortable doing it on one of your friends.
Right.
So that is a lot more fun, I do have to say.
So right now, are they able to go out? Are you ladies able to go out and like work in dental offices, like assistants?
Yes.
And stuff?
Yes.
We can do like internships at a dental office. Some already have a job. But yeah, you can go. I can even go right now to a dental office and ask them about an internship or a job, and they can give me either a job or an internship. And for the internship you'll work a certain amount of hours, and if they like you enough, they'll hire you, and you'll work as an assistant for the dentist.
Nice.
So they
Yeah.
can be put on advanced placement.
Placement.
And then leave at
10:30.
10:30, yep. And so they had to wait until they got their license. So all of them passed their test, so they will have a license from the Department of
Nice.
Health and the dental board in Ohio, which is very exciting because you have to have a license to work in a dental office. And they all passed, and we're just waiting to take the clinical part, but they all passed. If they passed their written, they're going to pass their clinical. And they will be able to go in and take x-rays on a patient, and the doctor, they can decide with the doctor how many days a week they want to work. If they want to work 2 days, they want to work 3 days, because we're still learning dental materials, and we haven't finished all of our content yet. But they're usually pretty good about keeping up with their work.
Very nice. And then you also do, oh gosh, messed that one up. Sorry. Well,
There we go.
yeah, I'm terrible with this stuff. What's the thing that I usually work that you guys, like you always do every year where you sell the food and everything?
Oh, concessions.
Yep, the
The
concessions. So every year, Don Hott puts on the academic challenge, like a practice round.
Yes.
And
that's it.
we started, I believe it was the same year that she started, an opportunity for my students to come in, and I make the food, we buy the food, we sell it to the students that are coming in practicing. Who all worked last year? Did you guys work?
I did not.
I did
know.
not, but I'll be working this year.
Yeah, so they just come in and we just sell concession stand food, and it's a great way for them to make some money, and then we will use those towards dental shirts for the class.
All right. Did I miss anything that you would like to talk about on these kits?
Anybody want to add anything?
I don't think we talked about the contradictions to the
Okay.
teeth whitening.
All
No, we
right.
didn't.
Oh,
Tell us the
that's
yes.
true.
So, contradictions to the teeth whitening that it's not going to work on you is if you have any anterior teeth restoration. So, like in the front, if you have any fillings, the whitening's not going to.
It won't change the color.
Yeah, it's not going to change the color of your restorations. If you're pregnant or breastfeeding, don't use it. That's just a no-no. And then you want to have all of your adult teeth. That way, like, I don't know, they're all white and you don't lose one. And
There you go.
Well,
there goes
yeah.
all that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the children shouldn't be using this anyways, correct?
No, children
No,
should
no,
not
no.
be using
We
this.
didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about how you store it.
Oh
Tell us how
yeah.
you store it.
You can store it at. It's good at room temp.
Just
Yes,
anywhere.
Yes,
Anywhere
Sun.
really.
So out of the sun.
Out of the sun.
Out of the
away
sun.
from a heater.
Yes.
Yes, of
No,
course.
a lot of them in the past, when they originally came out, they had to be refrigerated.
Okay.
So this can just be stored at room temperature.
Mine was just in my bathroom on my counter. That's where I put mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I leave mine in my bathroom as well.
Mm.
All right. Anything else that you would like to touch on with this?
How about sensitivity, ladies?
You know, I was wondering about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
sometimes if you have sensitive teeth, it's going to zap you. Some people have that sensitivity. I know I have that with the crest strips. These honestly don't.
They didn't do that to
No,
me.
these
But
are really gentle is the word I'm looking for.
Gentle. And they have an ingredient in there that's supposed to help with sensitivity.
so.
Yeah. And
But if your teeth do become sensitive, after 5 days of using them, you can take a break for 2 days, take a break for 2 days and try again. And your teeth should not be as sensitive then after you take a little bit of a break.
What causes it? I usually don't have a problem with sensitive, but I mean, once in a while you get something cold and it bothers you, or like, I've never had hot, but what causes that? Isn't it a breakdown in enamel or something?
a lot of time, if you have some dentin exposed, because your tooth is covered with enamel, and but the dentin is what's sensitive. That's what is the thermal conductor, the heat, hot and cold. So if you've had abrasion from brushing too hard, if you're like brush vigorously on one side, I was just telling the students this today, put your toothbrush in the non-dominant hand. And if you feel like you're having some sensitivity on a certain side, try using your non-dominant hand to brush, or maybe use some Sensodyne. So normally, if you have some sensitivity, you might have a little exposure of dentin.
I couldn't do this job. Well, I don't. like blood and guts kind of stuff doesn't bother me.
We don't see guts.
No,
but
no guts.
we do see blood every once in a while.
But I mean, bad breath is pretty nasty.
Halitosis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we covered the gums
Yeah.
and
Yep.
stuff like that. I don't know. That would just that probably would gross me out.
I
I'm not
think
gonna lie.
one of my favorite skills is when they take impressions on each other for the first time.
Oh, my
yeah, that's a
gosh.
good one.
That's a
And
lot
I
of fun.
That is, it is very scary.
It's a learning
to
experience.
have another one of your friends do it on you, especially if you're good friends and you're joking around. And then it starts getting real, and you're like, "Oh crap, they're choking!" It's scary
So at
to do it on
least
friends.
I think every class I've had somebody throw up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Every
see,
class.
that I don't do poo and I don't do.
I don't do it either. They have to clean up after
Yeah,
themselves.
we clean up after ourselves, but
It definitely takes a special person to be in the dental field, I think, because if you have any sensitivity to anything, like, you know it's not for you. Like, the
Yeah.
first week, you know it's not for you.
especially like if we get to go intern or like get a job out in the workforce, it's really cool because we're all so used to each other. So getting to go out and work on other people and see other people's mouths and stuff instead of seeing all of ours because we're all used to ours.
Especially, I mean, all right, you get a really rotten tooth,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and that smells bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's decayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It smells like death.
But we get to see a lot. Yeah. We get to see a lot in the offices. Like I saw like I think it's called a tori, and it's like extra muscle under your tongue. Is that what it is?
Really?
Bone.
Yeah, bone, extra
It's
bone.
a bony
extra
growth.
bone?
Yeah, bone growth.
Bony growth. Yeah.
On the tongue.
Under the tongue.
Under the tongue.
Yeah, and it was actually really cool.
What's it look like?
It looks like
bump?
like a bump, like a big bump. Yeah.
And we don't have that on the
We don't
manicure.
have that in any of us.
And we can look at it in pictures all day long, but the minute that patient opens a mouth and
Yeah.
you go to try and take X-ray with a tori, you're like, ooh,
Definitely
this is interesting.
takes you off guard.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's hard to do it. So
Really?
it was fun.
Yeah, you see a lot of different interesting things at offices. Like,
Yeah.
All right, let's
Like
talk
the
about
black
it.
hairy tongue.
oh,
Oh,
What?
stop!
You got a hairy tongue?
Yes.
Oh, I never seen that in real life, but I
I've
don't
never
want
saw
to.
that in real life.
Who saw it?
Is that
Who-
real?
I
Oh, yeah.
saw it in real
you
life.
can get that from smoking.
Smoking
Tobacco.
and
Anything
nicotine
like
and
that.
tobacco
Tobacco.
use.
And
Yeah.
also, if like say you do like the pouches, the nicotine pouches or tobacco, and you put it like in one spot on
Yeah.
the inside of your lip, you can get a black spot there too.
Oh, yeah.
Or a white spot.
You can get
Or a
cancer
white
there
spot.
too and
all
stuff.
right, so it's not actual like here. It's just from the tobacco.
It's from it.
Yeah,
I
you-
mean, it stays there, right? I'm sure.
Yeah, you usually get like leukoplakia. You
Mhm.
get like a white patch.
You know, I never. Well, my younger days, like literally, you could walk in, and I lived in Southern Ohio, so every kid was chewing. Like 10 years old, I'm gonna go get me some
Tobacco.
tobacco. And
I'm gonna run down to the
nobody
store.
cared. You know, it's like coming home with a big chew in your mouth, talking to your mom. It was fine. But as I was getting older, and of course, teenage years, and I'm thinking, that's kind of nasty.
Mhm.
And then I'm thinking about like when you're kissing somebody.
Oh,
it's like,
Ew. Like, that's
gotta be- well, then we
disgusting.
had
When
some-
that boy walks up to you and he's got
Oh.
a big fat lip, you
Big
might
fat
want
lip in that lip.
Oh.
you might want to think twice before you kiss
I
him.
mean, some girls do it too
Oh, I
now.
was gonna
So
say, we had
some
girls.
girls.
Yeah.
We got girls, and I'm thinking to myself, I would not want to swap spit with you.
no,
Yeah,
not
no
at all.
thank you. No thank you.
No.
Oh.
No.
It causes some nasty things in your mouth.
Yeah.
If I see anybody with black hairy tongue,
No,
Not
I'm
Black,
good.
hairy tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I wish
the,
we had a picture of it to
the,
show you.
The
but-
We'll have to
like,
have
it's
you back.
kinda like-
You'll have to bring us pictures.
Oh.
We could put pictures up here.
oh yeah, we'll go over it with you.
So, all
Let's see
right,
if I can
explain
find
the
it. Go ahead.
explain the hairy tongue in detail.
yeah.
So what has you have like these filiform and like they're like tiny little hairs, like finger projections on your tongue, and then over time as you're smoking, the nicotine sticks to that,
Okay.
and it looks black.
It's like what the inside of your lung would look like,
Yes.
but it's on your tongue. So it's like all black and
I've never seen a
Yeah.
hairy tongue. Thank
Yeah, let me
goodness.
find- Here it is.
It's nasty.
It's gross.
Oh, okay. All right.
Show it to the
Where's your
camera,
Show it
Mrs.
to the
Woods.
camera, Mrs. Woods.
All right.
Where's it at?
It's right. Your camera's right there.
There it is.
Oh, yep.
That's black hairy
That's
tongue.
bad.
And it's very,
very bad.
gross.
If you're smoking, that's what your lungs look like.
Yes.
That's disgusting.
I take it you can't shave that here.
No, I don't think so.
I don't
no.
think you
I don't
wanna shave
even.
your
I don't
tongue.
even think a tongue scraper is going to help that.
Oh.
No.
Maybe a little over time, but yeah. Oof.
What other weird things can you come across in the mouth?
Well, I always show the video that kind of in your junior year of a person that
Oh,
never brushed her teeth or hasn't brushed their teeth in 20 years. So,
that's nasty.
Yeah.
So it is just a huge tartar. It looks like the tartar looks like teeth. It is so bad. It is so bad. And over time, it just builds up, and it pushes away the gingiva, which then they get into the periodontitis, and that's when you're going to lose your
Does
teeth.
it almost look like a one tooth then?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It's just a big, nasty, just whitish, yellowish,
How
brown
do you get
buildup.
that off? Like a jackhammer?
Yeah.
Yes, but you have to see the hygienist.
You have to see the
or
hygienist.
The
and they-
Cavitron.
Yeah.
I mean, they're usually working kind of hard if you got tartar in the first place. So now you've 20-some years.
Yeah, if you come
Yeah.
across that, that's not a one appointment and done.
Mm-mm.
It's several appointments, a root planing and scaling. You'll have to be probably anesthetized because it's going to be very painful. Very painful.
That's crazy.
to
Brush your
remove it.
teeth.
Brush
Yeah,
your
brush your
teeth,
teeth,
yeah.
Brush your
everybody,
teeth.
for
This is
watching.
What
Brush your
about
teeth.
the extra cusp that we learned about?
Okay.
That one's very cool. I
So-
like that one. That one
The cusp of
not
carabelli.
gross, but it looks cool.
Yeah, so on their first molar, you have like an extra cusp. Each molar usually has 4 cusps, but on this one, it has a 5th cusp, and they call it the cusp of carabelli. So I guess you're special if you have that, right?
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
Well, where's
That's
that
why
at?
I have
Where's
it.
that at?
On your
just
first
kidding.
molar.
On the first molar. Interesting.
I think what's always interesting too is when everybody goes and gets their wisdom teeth out.
Oh
I
my
was
god.
just
Oh
gonna
my
say
gosh.
that.
She just got hers out.
Yeah.
Rain just got
Rain
hers out
just did you?
recently.
I just got mine out, yeah.
And what did you cry over, Rain?
So my doctor, Dr. Philbin, he's an amazing guy. I noticed that he had something wrong with his eye, and I was like, oh no. So I'm high on these drugs after I get my teeth out, and he walks over to me, and I'm like, oh honey, are you okay? What happened to your eye? And he just poked himself in the eye with a stick, but
Oh.
I was real worried about him.
I don't know what they still do.
She was under nitrous and.
Oh yes. Before I went, I wasn't put under all the way, but I had to take 2 Valiums like an hour before I went.
Ooh, yeah.
Then I got there and they gave
makes
me
you feel-
like another Valium.
Like you're on cloud 9.
Oh yeah, and then I got the gas, which was something.
Nitrous oxide, yes.
Yeah, so I remember bits and parts. I don't
That's
remember-
also a drug.
Yeah, I don't remember everything,
But
but
that's probably good.
my mom was nice to let me know that I said some stuff, which I'll have to wait to tell you when we're done with this.
When we're not on,
yeah, 'cause
on the air.
that's an embarrassing moment.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's kind of funny watching those videos of people.
Oh.
When
Rain
they-
was sending me videos.
Oh, yes,
we were
I
at
was.
school and she was sending me videos of her like in. She was in Meyer.
I was
she
in
was
Meyer.
sending me videos of her and her mom.
I
And
had to
she's
go
like
get
yelling
snacks.
at her mom at one point, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Then she's posting stuff on her Snapchat
Yeah,
story.
I didn't know. I was
She sent me a
posting
picture.
I was posting stuff on my Snapchat.
I'm
said-
glad we didn't have
Yeah,
I was like, "Delete." I like slid up and I was
Yeah.
like, "Delete this, Ray.
Delete
Delete
this
this."
right now.
There was some girls
Yeah.
in my class that were like, "Did you mean to post that?" I was like, "Oh, girl, no."
No, I did
No,
not
I
mean
didn't.
to. I was like, "Delete."
She sent me a
this."
picture of herself, and she would have chipmunk cheeks.
Oh yeah.
Did they, so
swelling.
was you in a twilight then? Why they did yours?
Oh yeah. So they didn't completely put me under. I did fall asleep. So some people do fall asleep.
Yeah, I
I
was
took
there.
an amazing nap. Like it was really good.
Afterwards, I did.
But yeah, I fell asleep, and then they just wake you up, get you off the gas, put some oxygen in
Yeah.
you.
That's the same thing with me. When I had my wisdom teeth, Dr. Schreiber, which he was like the oral surgeon back in the day in our area, and I think I was 16 years old, and I woke up crying. I was just sobbing, and they were so worried something was wrong with me. I was in a lot of pain, and they're like, "Honey, what's wrong? Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, my dog died last night." They're like,
Did
"Oh,
that actually happen?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
You
I
better
wasn't
not be
dreaming
making
it.
that up.
No, I did lose my dog, and they're like, "Okay, we thought you were in pain." I'm like, "No, I just lost my dog." I couldn't
That's
feel
funny.
anything.
That's terrible.
I remember
That's
them
funny. That's terrible.
taking the tooth out, And I could feel the pressure.
Uh-huh.
But when they broke it or whatever
Oh,
they did,
then you go into surgical.
it was like, bang. It's like, that sounded like a
And that's
Sound like a
2x4.
yeah, it's the wor- I mean, it just sounds so much worse than what it really is.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh.
And then they have to do a surgical extraction. They have to get the drill out and drill it out, and that is more painful instead of just popping
Yeah.
it right out.
And then I didn't realize, did they stuff all you full of gauze?
Oh yeah, they'll stitch you up, stuff you full of
Yeah,
gauze.
and then you had to come back and get it out? Because I had to come back.
The stitches?
No, the gauze.
Oh, the
out.
gauze.
And they're like pulling all this gauze out of my mouth. I was like, you just pulled a mile of gauze out of one hole. It's like, cause I don't know what they
Oh,
had
maybe
to
they
do.
packed it. Maybe you
Yeah,
had
it
a
was
dry
packed.
socket.
Yeah.
I bet that's what you had. They packed it. You had a dry
I
with
still
medicine.
feel like I got like a hole back there.
From when?
1905.
Yeah. 1905.
Back in my day.
Back in my day.
Little do we know
They
he
had wooden teeth, not acrylic
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah. He rode a dinosaur to that appointment.
I rode a bit of T-Rex to school. No, how about 1984?
Oh, okay.
That's a bit better.
That's a bit better,
I
yeah.
think it's 85. 85.
Yeah.
So you at least had a horse and buggy.
Hey, I rocked me a nice mullet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I had lots of hair.
Where'd all that go? Are you sure?
Oh, yeah, what happened?
Where'd it
Oh,
go?
It's like my mom pulled it out.
Try to get you out of that dentist appointment. She had to drag you out of there.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe he had so much gauze in my.
Yeah.
It's like, how,
You probably had.
it was like this. It's like, how did you, where did that even come from?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they have to pack it, and then they tell you don't drink through a straw because you want it to form
Yeah.
a blood clot. And patients leave, start smoking. Smoking's the worst thing you can do. It would break up a blood clot as well. No smoking, no drinking through a straw.
But, like, seriously, though, when I, like, eat Doritos or sometimes, I swear to God, there's a whole
Well, don't
back
eat
there.
Doritos.
When you eat Doritos,
like,
maybe
ow.
if you floss.
Maybe if you floss, you wouldn't have that problem.
No,
This
it's
is just
back there
roast
on my
step you
gum.
make, guys.
We're definitely going to have you in next week for
Yeah.
flossing instructions.
Before we go on Thanksgiving break, you gotta come in.
We don't want to come back with turkey stuck between your teeth.
Yeah, we wouldn't like that.
I never walk around with food in my teeth.
I'm
ever.
sure that'd be fun to pick out, though.
Oh yeah, so fun.
I'll pick it out.
I can't stand when food gets in.
Oh,
into
me
me.
neither.
I
That's
can't
crazy.
stand that either.
It's
That's why I
nasty.
usually don't eat popcorn.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
worst.
Those
That is the
kernels will
worst.
get stuck right down in there. That's
Into the what, Rain?
into the gingiva.
Sulcus.
The sulcus.
Yeah.
Get down in there. It hurts.
I think I have at least once a week a staff member or a student that comes in and wants us to look at their teeth. And we love it. We like to get in there and
It
look.
is
and,
fun,
It is so much
yeah.
fun.
and then they leave. We give them a little gift, a toothbrush and floss. That's our gift. And toothpaste.
I love the feeling when you leave the dentist after they cleaned them. It's like,
Oh, yes.
sit there and just feel my teeth.
Yes. They feel so clean. Yeah. Imagine how they'd feel if you flossed every day.
I don't know. I don't know.
You come in, we're gonna give you a whole bag
Yes.
of that.
They'll probably leave the office as happy as you did.
Finally flossed his teeth.
Oh my gosh, Kylie.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
You guys are rough. You have to be the roughest crowd I've had in here so far.
We're just
being
goofing.
honest.
yeah, we're just worried about your
Floss your
health,
teeth.
Your oral hygiene.
Well, that's, speaking of that, like bad breath, that could be other things too, correct?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Problems somewhere else.
Oh, it could
besides
be.
your
Yeah,
not
it could be.
brushing teeth or whatever.
Yeah, it could come from your
Flossing.
stomach. It could
Yeah.
come from your stomach as well. We also, in the dental program, we'll go out and visit preschools, and I'll let the girls talk to you a little bit about that.
Yeah.
We visit about 4 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I remember our first one we went to was Cortland Playroom in Cortland.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. Kylie, did you go to that one?
I did. I went
Yeah.
to I think
I know me, Kylie, and Rain went to
I
that
went
one.
to the like church looking building one. Like with the I don't know.
This is Kylie for you.
I don't know. It was fun. I liked it.
We gotta-
I love kids, so
So tell them a little bit.
We
I
got
loved it.
we had like games for them to play. So they would put like Play-Doh in between marshmallows, and they would get floss, and they'd floss out the Play-Doh in between the marshmallows.
Maybe we should try it with Deputy Mike.
That's what you're trying to tell me. It's like
They didn't even want to floss.
And
They just wanted to eat.
They
the
just wanted to eat the
marshmallows off
marshmallows and the Play-Doh.
I,
And the Play-Doh. They were
I
eating
forewarned
that
him.
Play-Doh.
I said, listen, when that little boy goes really slowly and starts to touch that marshmallow, make sure you pull those marshmallows away because he's going to grab it and shove it in his mouth.
And what else did we do? Oh, me and Rain did where we brought like teeth out, like typodons, and we taught them how to correctly brush their teeth. That was fun. I think we did a coloring sheet. I don't remember. We did another one. I don't quite
The one
remember.
with the sheet protector. We wrote the put the food on it, and they had
They
to
had a
brush
scrub.
it off.
Yeah, they had to brush it
They
off.
really liked that one.
They did like that one.
The kids that I had, they did not want to color that at all. They were just wanted to erase, and so eventually I just got tired of it, and I was like, okay, who wants to erase color? Who wants to erase this really fast? And there was 2 kids. I think I had three groups of them. 2 kids just racing, brushing the thing off, and they loved that.
Yeah, they did.
Thought that was fun.
Oh yeah, they really enjoyed. That was a new one we added this year to our activities.
Yeah.
well, we got to move on to my favorite time that was done.
Oh,
That's
my
embarrassing.
No.
That's embarrassing.
Who wants to go first?
I can go first. I have.
Go ahead, Kylie. Go ahead,
Got a lot
Kylie.
of 'em.
So this goes along with what we talked about earlier about the dental trip that we just did for the veterans. So for when you're taking X-rays, there's for our mannequins, there's this lever on the top of their head that you have to pull and pull the mouth open. The mouth pulls open with
This
the
is
lever.
the mannequin.
So I am there, and the dentist lets me do the X-ray, and I was so excited. So I grabbed the thing, and I was trying to open their mouth, and I tried to grab the lever on the top of their head. That's obviously not their real person.
Is it a real person?
And I'm sitting there for I swear I sat there for a solid minute
Where's this
trying to
lever
pull
at?
it. waiting for the mouth.
How am I gonna get his mouth open?
And then I realized I was doing that, and I was like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing. So I put it in there. I put it in his mouth and took his X-ray.
All you had to do was say, "Open up."
This guy's like, am I getting a haircut?
I feel like I would have done that too.
So
not
that's
gonna
my
lie.
embarrassing moment.
So, but you got it out of the way, and the veteran was thankful that he got his teeth cleaned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did a great job. You did a wonderful job that day,
I was really happy to do the X-rays. I love doing X-rays.
and you took some really nice X-rays.
That's funny.
Yep.
Who's next?
Anyone else?
Okay, I'll go next. This is probably my most embarrassing moment here at TCTC. So one day, me and another girl in the dental program, Sophia Kogar, we were going out to my car. I forgot something. It was before the bell rang in the morning, and I had scissors in my hand. I don't really know why. I don't know why. But we were running back inside, and we were going up the stairs down by the dental classroom. And I was running up the stairs, and I tripped, and I fell, and I knocked somebody's shoe off, and I fell down the stairs. It was so embarrassing. And then everybody
coming into play.
I just had to state that I had scissors in my hand when I fell.
Oh
my gosh!
But
why did you have scissors? Weren't you taught that in kindergarten? Don't run with scissors.
No, and I knocked the kid's shoe off. I was so embarrassed. His shoe fell down the stairs. Then there's kids at the top of the stairs oh my gosh, she just fell down the stairs. As I'm sitting down at the bottom. I'm this is so embarrassing. And Sophia's, of course, just standing there laughing, not helping
pull
me.
The scissors out of my shoulder, please.
That was the most embarrassing moment here.
Oh my
Totally.
goodness.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Well, at least you didn't get hurt. Nor
I
did
didn't
you
get
impale
hurt.
yourself with the scissors.
Yeah, it didn't stab me or anything, so that's
That's a
good.
plus.
I guess we need to put that in our rule book.
Don't run up
Don't
the
run
stairs.
up the stairs with scissors.
Okay, well, I don't have anything embarrassing here from TCTC, I think,
whatever.
but probably my most embarrassing moment. I was driving. I was backing up out of my driveway in my little Subaru, and my dad's truck was behind me, and I'm just, ready to go wherever I was going. Backed right up into his truck, and now I have a big dent in my car. So,
Jeez.
How big? How bad?
Well, I'm now missing a taillight, and then there's a little dent under it. So.
I don't know if you know this, but we have auto collision here.
Yeah, maybe I should have him look at it.
That sounds like
Seriously,
something I would do,
know,
Braden.
My son hit a deer, which they totaled it.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm
But
sure.
Does that sound familiar, Ella?
We
Oh.
we were able to get the car back. Actually, it meant a lot to him because my dad had given it to him. My dad had passed away,
Yeah.
so he was like devastated
Yeah,
that the
I'm
car
sure.
was.
Mhm.
But they did a phenomenal job on fixing his car
Oh,
back up.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh,
That's
oh,
awesome.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, they do a really good
There's
job.
actually, when you go in there, you'll see a green hood.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know if we were going to be able to salvage. They didn't know if they were going to be able to salvage actually his hood.
Mm-hmm.
So they had bought another hood, and then it turned out we didn't need it. So they put a big skull on it. It's hanging in auto collision
Aw,
now.
that's
Oh,
nice.
So
cool.
yeah.
All right, I'm going to
turn.
share my most embarrassing moment since you guys are all seniors. It was my senior year. And if my friend Stephanie is listening to this, she knows exactly what I'm going to say. So 3 of us from the competition cheerleading team were standing in the hallway. It was the very last day of school. And somebody says to me, I dare you to do a round-off back handspring down the hallway. And I thought, okay, it's the last day of school. What's it going to harm? Well, I did it, and there was like a little nub, like what stops the door, and I tripped on it, and I went flying through the other room, the study hall room where everybody was still having study hall. And the English teacher, I believe it was Mrs. Tomasic, said, Mrs. Woods, if you want to, Mrs. Duncan, if you want to graduate, you better get out of this school. So I thought, I better go before my mom and dad find out.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't graduate. That was probably the only time I ever got in trouble in high school. And then I'm going to talk about my other embarrassing moment because my kids probably know what I'm going to say. I received Teacher of the Year, CTE, back in 2022. And I went to Columbus to receive my award. And the honorees all sat up front, and it was my husband and my parents and my daughters. We were all sitting at the same table. And I remember looking down on the floor before I walked up. I had to walk up, a set of stairs to like a little podium.
Oh my gosh, I
Oh,
already
no.
know what happened.
And I had a black dress on and black heels. And as I remember seeing this like metal stuff, like to go over the wires. And I thought, oh my gosh, I hope I don't trip over that. So of course my children are videotaping me getting this award, which I was very proud of. And as I put my hand on the railing and I go to take a step and I trip. Now, remind you, there's 300 people in the room, all educators, and I could hear them all gasp. And luckily, I caught myself before falling flat on my face and breaking off number 8 and 9 and needed like implants or something. That's what I was thinking. Oh my gosh, I'm going to break a tooth. And I'm going to break a tooth. That's the first thing I thought of. And I walk up there and I'm laughing hysterically, because I'm embarrassed in front of 300 people. And I said, oh, I'm safe. And they all started clapping for me. Of course, I go back to the table and my kids are like, Mom, do you want to see yourself tripping? No, I'm good. I just lived it. We got it on video. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to see it. That was pretty embarrassing.
That's funny.
Do you have an
We
embarrassing?
could have played that.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
we
we
could've.
could have had one of the girls send it.
They could have said it.
over.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they all look at it often.
Oh, my goodness. Well,
I would watch it often too.
We could always leave
Replay.
it on doing time.
Yes.
Well, let's move on to shout
You didn't tell us.
You
your
didn't tell us
embarrassing
an
moment.
embarrassing
I
moment.
don't. I don't share them. Well, I share occasionally.
Okay.
That's why I said you got to go back and find mine.
Okay. All right.
Whatever.
Hey, listen, mine still beat all of you.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know what Tupperware is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not
Tupperware.
that young.
Well, I don't
We
know.
know
You
what
thought I was from
Tupperware.
1809 or something.
1905. 1905. 1909.
All right, here's mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're
this
ready.
is the story.
We're lucky.
Which I've shared
We
now
are lucky.
4 times on this show.
Oh my gosh.
We always went camping, and I always had all my great nieces here. It was being her mother
Mm-hmm.
and my sister-in-law. Well, anyways, we always went camping over at Cook's Forest, the Ridge Campground. We
Yeah.
love that place.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, and you got to make sure you put your stuff up, or the raccoons will get into your stuff.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I always back in the day, I always slept in my underwear.
Your birthday suit.
Yeah, not when my nieces were around. But anyways, so we're all going to bed, and my sister-in-law starts yelling that the raccoon's got her Tupperware, and then someone's like, "Aren't you gonna go catch it?" I'm like, so
Nope.
I go out I'm chasing a raccoon
Oh my
down
gosh.
the gravel road in my bare feet. Everybody who's still up playing their little guitars and stuff are laughing because back then underwear was only white. So
Deputy Mike's
Back
running in his
then,
whitey
whitey-
tighties.
I'm glowing. And listen, I was fast. Too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'll show you pictures. So I chased down this raccoon. I did. I got her Tupperware back.
You got the Tupperware back?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, women don't mess with their Tupperware.
And everybody's laughing and clapping. I was popular for the whole week.
I'm sure you were.
Every time we pulled it out, everybody's waving. There he goes.
They were singing about you around the campfire.
Oh, it gets better. So I get the Tupperware back. She comes out. She goes, "That's my old Tupperware. I thought it was my new. They could have that." I wanted to smack her with that
Oh my
Tupperware.
god. I would have thrown that away.
Throw it in the fire.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, that was my embarrassing moment.
Yeah.
That was my old
I got more.
Tupperware.
That was my old Tupperware.
But yeah, so I do shout out.
Oh my gosh.
It's shout out time.
Go ahead and start with you.
All right, I want to give a shout out to all of my dental assistants. We work very hard. I'm very demanding. I know they won't argue that, but they really is what keeps my program going. Their professionalism in and out of the classroom, they really make our dental assisting program look amazing, and they do a wonderful job. And I couldn't be where I am today or who I am as a teacher without all of them. Now, my students now and my previous students, I had 3 students at Veterans Day that were my very first class. Garrett Kogar was a dental student here at first class. He is now a hygienist. And then I had Sammy Emery. She was in my program, I think it was the 3rd year. She is now EFTA, and so which means they went on to become, to further their training. And then Josie was another one of my assistants. She kind of helped run dental Veterans Day. She's done that for the last couple of years.
Very
So,
nice.
yeah, I can't do it without all of them.
Awesome.
And of course, my family and friends that put up with me coming home at night, asking them questions. What do you think about this? Should I do this with my students? And yeah, so they're like my guinea
Well,
pigs.
before
My-
we
my
move
daughters.
on, actually, I want to thank you because I did not realize that you was a veteran.
Yeah, yes.
So thank you.
I went in, I was at YSU for 2 years, and I decided to go into the Army. I chose the Army Reserves because my dad was a Vietnam vet. He was in the Army, and my grandmother had worked at the Ravenna Arsenal.
Okay.
And I knew I would be, that would be my station as a reservist. And so I'm very close to my family, so that meant a lot to me, and to be able to walk kind of in my dad's footsteps. Not that he's endured a lot through going through Vietnam and everything, but be able to give back to my country and be a part of it. And I think it's some discipline that just about every teenager needs. But yeah, that is, it's great. It was a great opportunity.
Good.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Oh, me next. Okay.
You're next.
I want to give a shout out to all of my friends in dental, especially Sophia Kogar and Emily Perline.
Emily.
I love Emily and Sophia, so I want to give a shout out to them, and obviously all of my friends, other friends that are watching, and all my family, because I know my mom's going to be watching because she's so excited about
Tell your
it.
mom to hit the thumbs up, like.
Yeah, Mom, hit the thumbs up like button. Lacey, do that for us. So, yeah, I know my mom's going to be watching, so shout out to my mom. So, yeah.
I want to give a shout out to the girls in dental for welcoming me when I changed so suddenly classes in the beginning of the year. And I want to thank Mrs. Woods because without her being tough, I wouldn't. Last year, I was very bad on doing my work. This year, I feel like I'm always focused and I'm always like on top of my work. And it's because Mrs. Woods is tough on us, and it helps me a lot.
Well, we're glad you made the change, Kylie.
We all love you.
Yes.
So shout out Mrs. Woods, obviously, because she's a great teacher.
Now I feel bad.
Thank
I
you.
didn't shout her out. Dang. Shout out Mrs. Woods.
Yeah, shout out Miss Woods. She is a great teacher. Definitely gives us the discipline we need. So
Those emails.
Oh yeah, those emails go crazy. No, so thank you, Mrs. Woods. All the girls in dental, especially Emily and Sophia, my little honey buns. So yeah, I love them, and TCTC in general, actually.
Yeah.
Like this was
Yes,
an
I agree.
amazing opportunity for me to get out and get started on my career earlier. So
Meet new friends.
Yeah, and I can't tell you how many times I have students that tell me can't believe how amazing this school is until I actually come to TCTC.
I agree with that.
And they don't
absolutely.
realize the opportunities that we give them. I mean, I try really hard to give them, hands-on experience out in the field. I'm always coming up with these crazy little Play-Doh skull, something that they're going to remember. And they say this is probably, it's a hidden gem. You don't know about it until you actually come here and
Yeah.
be a part of it. And I know every single one of them feel that way. And I do have to say, this is probably one of my best classes, my senior classes. They are very, I know you get emails, but you guys are very,
Well,
are
we
very-
all
appreciate
love
them.
you, and we appreciate it because it
appreciate-
keeps us
Thank you.
focused. So.
I think it's crazy when people call it greasy TC because
I'm not greasy.
TCTC
I've never heard
is a great opportunity.
It's
And you never know. Like, I don't know. TCTC is just great.
Well,
it's not greasy,
I
it's
ran
great.
into Serenity
okay, yeah.
and a couple of the girls at the fairgrounds this year.
Yeah.
And they were some of my favorite ones.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my favorite students came out of your class.
Yeah.
Yes. And your class they've always been kind of tight.
You don't have to come in our class because they're good.
Yeah.
You've never had to. Those are years past.
No, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's nice to see a class though that it's tight and
Yeah,
they
they're-
usually
yeah.
stay tight.
we all get along super
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
We have
And I
like
know he said Serenity's name, but I ran into a bunch. So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they're all doing well, so it's nice to see them
Mm-hmm.
out of high school.
Yeah, and
stuff.
they do keep in touch and tell me where they're at. I
Mhm.
have a TCTC dental alumni page after everybody graduates. They can join, and then when their office is hiring, say, hey, we need a dental assistant. We're looking for a hygienist, or somebody says, I'm looking for a job. So they can all jump on and they all collaborate together. And
Which is nice.
yeah, that is nice. Keep in touch.
Well, let's move on to things to know before we go.
Things to know before you go.
I got nothing. Well, I got game night, which is Thursday, but by the time this airs, it's
Monday.
past. Yeah, it's Monday. So if you're not doing anything, you ladies are always welcome to come hang out and play games. Eat
Keep
some
that in
free
mind.
pizza, pop.
Free pizza.
Yeah, get that
Pizza.
Yeah.
Oh.
and water. I do water, but I do pop, water. And,
Nice.
uh,
We do pancakes.
yeah, we do pancakes
no,
a
I
lot.
never got invited to that.
Well, if you come up, we can floss your teeth because you do that, and then we can get you some pancakes.
Pancakes and sugar me all up for the day.
Yep.
I think we need to have another pizza day, Mrs. Woods.
Okay.
And the hotspot makes me popcorn. So shout out to the hotspot.
Oh
Thank
yes,
you very
love the
much.
hotspot. I
Yeah.
like the pumpkin bacon. I think it was soup last year.
Oh.
They
Oh,
had
it's
it one
delicious.
time this year.
Did they have
They had
this
it
year?
one time this year.
And the white pizza.
Oh,
Yum.
the white pizza's so good.
So
Is the
good.
hotspot still open?
No.
No, it's not open right
close
now.
to
It's past
Yeah,
lunchtime,
definitely,
Kylie.
definitely shout out to the hotspot. And
Oh, yes.
I do have to say, I have a student out of the 8 years I've been here. I can ask her, what are we having for lunch today,
And she'll tell you.
tomorrow, or
Ella
yesterday? Ella Thompson. If you want to
That's
know
me.
what we're having to eat today, tomorrow, or what we had yesterday,
I
boom.
always know what's on
What
the
are we-
lunch
what are we-
menu.
That's important.
I study that.
What are we
That's
having for
important.
lunch tomorrow, Ella?
Tomorrow is, you put me on the spot. Today was macaroni and cheese. Tomorrow is, I looked at it this morning. Oh, I forget.
You're failing us.
I'm
failing
sad-
us right
I'm
now.
sad because they don't make corn dogs no more.
Oh, really?
I lived for corn dog Tuesdays.
Oh, the mini ones.
Corn dog
Yeah.
The mini
Let's
ones.
talk
are
about-
great.
Oh, the big ones.
Let's talk
Um,
about how we are having tacos on Mondays instead of Tuesdays now.
Yeah, has anybody noticed that? We
What
had taco
happened to-
salad this Monday instead
Yeah.
of Tuesday.
What happened to
Seems like
Taco
you guys are
Tuesday?
having tacos every day. to
I
me.
love tacos. So
They're
I don't
so
mind.
good, though.
I make tacos every Tuesday at my house. Taco Tuesday. Made them last night.
It's Taco Monday at the Teca Teca now.
It's gonna bother me
Do you
what we're
know,
having tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, is there anything going on that you know of? Like maybe even a church event, something outside of this, like in your community?
I'm trying to think.
I like to try to mention anything that
Yeah. I'm trying to. I
could be
have to,
going on out there.
I have to look in my calendar that I put everything on. Mr. Duran and I were both talking. We're still old school paper calendars.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh
he-
yeah, I got all
I,
everything
you
in
know,
my
he's got
office.
4 daughters. I have 4 daughters. We everything has to be written. I can't pull
Yeah.
up an electronic. It's still
No.
paper. We start basketball season. Shout out to the Champion Flashes
Champion Flashes girls basketball.
and Coach Z. He's the gym teacher here. He's our new coach, Champion. So
Oh, really?
we're excited for Champion varsity basketball this year in JV, and I'll also be at the junior high. I have a daughter that plays junior high, so that's kind of
Nice.
what we're looking forward to. Basketball.
Basketball.
Basketball season is upon us in about 2
Yes,
weeks.
it
I think
is.
we play.
Probably 2 weeks, I bet.
We play. Let's see.
3.
She's pulling up the schedule right now.
She's pulling
Let me
up
get
this
the paper
fancy
schedule
note.
out.
Let me get it out.
Champion
November
schedule.
25th is when the girls play.
All right.
We play Lakeview at home.
Well, what I do want to know, I want to hear from people listening. I would like to get some ideas what you would like to hear us talk about. So you can email me at mike.gear. What is it?
At TCTC
Home.com.
Home.com.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely. If there's another dental topic you'd like to hear about.
Oh yeah, well, have you,
Yeah,
yeah, let me
definitely.
know. Whenever, yeah, if you there's something, especially before you could give us, yeah, you let me know and we'll. Get
Well,
you
we're
in
gonna
here.
do the fundraiser again, so
Yeah, before
they
prom,
can,
hopefully.
we can come back on here and talk about it a little bit more, give a little refresh.
Or
if we
you know,
need
so
to.
December 7th is when we have the academic challenge, so we can talk about that.
Okay.
I make homemade mac and cheese.
Yes.
It's
homemade pulled
really
pork.
good,
Oh,
everybody.
So come and support the TCTC dental.
I come
program.
just to eat.
Yes.
Or just come to
Me
spend
too.
some
But
money. Yeah.
it's expensive for me. You got good food.
Well, we're still cheaper than Chick-fil-A.
Oh, it is. I don't go to Chick-fil-A. But anyways, well,
Okay.
I know. That's,
It's good.
yeah, if you,
good. We like
if you
it.
hang out in line for like 5 hours to get.
I like Cane's more than
Yeah, I like-
Chick-fil-A.
yeah,
I like
Cane's is good.
Cane's.
Is it Cane's that has that really good lemonade?
Yeah, they do have really
Yeah.
good lemonade. So does
Yes.
Chick-fil-A though. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's it for now. So until next time, everybody take care, and we'll see you later.
Oh, thank you.
I'll be out of service.
Well, thank you, everybody.
That was so
fun.
fun.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah.